Hey, I need to tell you something that no woman should ever be telling you, but I'm going to, because I've been that woman before. I've stood next to a man I was completely crazy about, completely falling for, and he just didn't see it. Not because he didn't want to, but because he didn't know how to read what I was screaming in silence. And today, I'm here to make sure that never happens to you again, that you never let an incredible woman slip away just because you didn't have the information you needed. Stay with me until the end, because sign number 7 on this list is the most powerful one of all. And I promise you that when I tell you about it, you're going to think of at least one woman in your life who gave you that sign, and you completely missed it. Let's go. Before we dive in, I need to ask you something real. Have you ever been close to a woman, felt that tension in the air, that inexplicable thing between you two, and had no idea whether she was into you or not? Comment right now, yes or no, because I want to know how many men go through this. And you're going to be surprised by how many people are in the exact same situation as you. And go ahead and hit that like button because this video is going to change the way you see every woman from this point forward. Let's start with the eyes. And I already know you're thinking you know everything about this one, but just wait. When I was falling for my ex, I remember barely being able to look at him for more than 2 seconds without feeling my heart race. So I would look away, blush, pretend I was looking at something else. And he interpreted that as disinterest. We spent months in that ridiculous dance because he didn't know that when a woman looks at you and quickly glances away with a tiny smile at the corner of her mouth, she's not ignoring you. She's telling you that you affect her so deeply that she can't hold herself together. On top of that, her pupils will dilate in your presence, and that's purely biological. The body reacts to attraction before the mind even catches up. So the next time a woman can't hold your gaze for very long, understand that it's probably because you make her feel completely out of control. But tell me something right now. Do you usually pay attention to a woman's eyes, or do you not even think about it? Drop it in the comments, because the next sign is somewhere on her face that men look at all the time but never understand the message. Her lips give everything away, and I say this as a woman who has done this thousands of times without even realizing it. When I'm in a conversation with someone I'm attracted to, I bite my lower lip. I run my tongue slightly across my lips. I smile in a way that's trying to hide the fact that I'm completely melting on the inside. This happens because the body anticipates the contact that the mind is still trying to rationalize. It's like her brain is already imagining a future that she hasn't allowed herself to consciously admit yet. If you're talking to a woman and she does any of these things, you can be sure she is far more invested in that conversation than she wants to show. Now pay close attention because the next one is the sign that surprised me the most when I learned about body language, and it has everything to do with the most vulnerable part of her body. The neck is one of the most intimate and vulnerable regions of the human body, and when a woman tilts her head to the side in your presence, exposing her neck, she is doing something that goes far beyond a casual gesture. I catch myself doing this even today when I'm in a conversation that genuinely pulls me in. It's a primitive ancestral signal that says she feels safe with you, that she is open to you, that her body has relaxed enough to show vulnerability. No woman exposes her neck to someone she wants to keep at a distance. If she's doing this, her subconscious has already decided that you are someone worth letting in. And since we're talking about parts of the body that most men completely overlook, you're going to love the next one because it's totally counterintuitive, and I'm almost certain you've never paid attention to this in your life. The feet are the part of the body we lie with the least, because nobody monitors their own feet during a conversation. And that's exactly why they reveal the truth that the mouth tries to hide. Experts in nonverbal communication say that the feet point toward where a person wants to go or toward who they are attracted to. So picture this scene. She's in a group of friends, talking to multiple people, but her feet are pointed in your direction. That is not a coincidence. That is her body telling you that out of everyone in that room, you are the one she wants close. I remember doing exactly this at a dinner party once, pretending I was paying attention to everyone around the table, but my feet were completely turned toward the man I had a crush on that night, and he spent the entire evening without noticing. Have you ever paid attention to someone's feet during a conversation? Comment below, because I'm betting never, and that is about to change. And the next sign is in her hands, and it might be the most intimate one I'm going to share with you today. When a woman is attracted to someone, her hands start doing things she never told them to do. She touches her own hair, strokes her own arm, runs her fingers along her neck, and this has a name: self-touch. It's the way the brain simulates the touch she desires but can't yet ask for. I'll be honest, when I'm really attracted to someone I become completely restless. My hands never stay still. And when I realized what I was doing, I felt embarrassed, because it's so obvious once you know what it means. And if on top of the self-touch, she also finds any excuse to touch you, a hand on your arm during a laugh, a playful little push, a touch on the shoulder. Consider that a declaration of intent dressed up as something casual. Now we've reached a sign that she literally cannot control no matter how hard she tries, and it is probably the most honest one of all. The flush in her cheeks is an automatic response from the nervous system to emotional excitement, and there is no amount of makeup or willpower that can completely hide it. When she blushes around you, when that soft pink appears after a compliment you gave her, after your eyes meet, after you step a little closer, her body is having a reaction that her mind never authorized. I hate blushing, because it gives too much away, and every woman who has ever blushed in front of someone knows exactly where that heat in the cheeks comes from. If you notice this happening, don't say a word about it. Just smile to yourself and know that you already have more power in that situation than you realize. Now, we've arrived at the sign I've been promising you since the very beginning. Number 7, the most overlooked, and at the same time the most revealing sign of all. Are you ready? Because after I tell you this, you are going to see people in a completely different way. Mirroring is the most powerful and most invisible sign that exists, and it works like this. When a woman is genuinely attracted to you, her brain begins to copy your movements in a way that is completely automatic and unconscious. You lean forward in your chair, she leans forward. You cross your arms, she crosses hers. You pick up your glass, she picks up hers. This is called mirroring, and it's something the brain does exclusively with people who deeply attract us and who we trust. There is no faking it, because it happens below the level of conscious thought. When I catch myself mirroring someone, I already know I'm more involved than I want to admit, and it's embarrassing in the most delicious way. If in your next conversation you deliberately shift your position and she follows, you can put every doubt you had to rest. But hold on, because there are still 2 more signs, and the second to last one is something you see on her every single day and have never interpreted this way. Before that, tell me, have any of the signs I've mentioned so far ring a bell with someone in your life? Comment below, because that interaction helps me so much to keep bringing content like this to you. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it right now, because there is so much more coming. Playing with her hair is one of the oldest attraction behaviors that exists, and when a woman is near someone she's drawn to, her hands inevitably go to her hair. She runs her fingers through it, flips it to one side, twirls it around a finger, fixes it when it doesn't need fixing. Evolutionarily, this is an unconscious way of drawing attention to her appearance, of saying without words, I'm fixing myself up for you. I want to look good for you. I remember one time I was talking to a man who drove me absolutely crazy, and my friend nudged me afterward and said I had touched my hair about 40 times during the conversation. 40 times. I hadn't even noticed. If she's doing this around you, believe it. She wants you to see her. And finally, we've reached the 9th sign, the most beautiful one of all, and the one that has the greatest ability to show you exactly what she feels for you with total precision. A real smile does not lie, and the difference between a social smile and a smile of attraction is small, but impossible to fake. The social smile she controls. It's the smile that appears out of politeness, habit, or social obligation. The smile she gives when you truly affect her reaches her eyes, creates small crinkles at the corners called Duchenne lines, lasts a half-second longer than it should, and often she tries to pull it back a little too late. It's the smile that shows up when she thinks you're not looking, and you turn around and catch it. It's the smile that says everything she hasn't yet had the courage to say. If she smiles at you like that, the game is already won. You just need to not get in your own way. Now I want you to think of one specific woman in your life. It could be someone you're just getting to know, someone you see every day, someone who's been on your mind, and tell me in the comments how many of these 9 signs she has already given you. Write the number, from 1 to 9, and let's see who's been surrounded by signs they never noticed. That comment section is going to be electric because you'll realize you are absolutely not alone in this, and that most men go through the exact same thing. You made it to the end, and that already says a lot about who you are. You're not the type of man who settles for surface level. You want to truly understand. You want to genuinely connect. You want to build something real. And knowing how to read a woman is not manipulation. It's emotional intelligence. It's empathy. It's the ability to see beyond what words are saying. The woman who is crazy about you doesn't want you to guess. She wants you to notice. And starting today, you notice. If this video meant something to you, hit that like button right now because it takes 2 seconds and it makes a huge difference for this channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video, and share this with that friend who is completely lost when it comes to a woman in his life and needs a little push in the right direction. See you in the next one, and take good care of every opportunity that comes your way.